Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cup Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are good. Hopefully, you've had a fantastic weekend as well. Of course, it is Sunday. Hopefully, all of you had a good weekend. Anyway, of course, the Reds yesterday did win by 4 goals to 1, beating Brentford away at 12:30, which again is a very impressive, I think, performance. Again, not the easiest place to go in the Premier League. We know how difficult Thomas Frank's Brentford side are, and of course, getting that win in the convincing fashion, I should say, that we did get in again was brilliant on our end as well. Anyway, but again, let me know all of you are in the comment section down below. We'll discuss, of course, Darwin Núñez's goal. Alexis McAllister's. Obviously, the king is back in Mo Salah, obviously getting an assist and a goal against Brentford. And, of course, Cody Gakpo getting in with the goals as well. We'll also discuss, of course, the injuries as well. Obviously, unfortunately, Curtis Jones and Diogo Jota did get injured in the game. That's, I think, the more worrying thought process about it. And, of course, there's a few other rumours going around with other players, of course. But again, let me know all of you are in the comments down below as well. If you are watching, then please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as usual. Good evening, press. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Saying yo. Hopefully you're doing all good, press, as well. And yeah, if you're new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the share button, guys, as well. Sorry, it's this is 24 hours late. It was meant to be yesterday, and again, ran out of time, so apologies for that. Anyway, but again, just diving straight into the overall performance and the win, of course. For me, it was, again, a fantastic win. Like I said in the preview show on Friday, a tough place to go. It's not, an easy place to, teams can go to. You look, I think it's Liverpool's first win at Brentford, I think, in about 30 or 40 years. I think when we look at it, and of course, I think before the game, looking at the lineup as well, I think all of us thought that, it could be a bit of a sticky situation. But I think that there's so many, key players that we need to, make a point about. Of course, when we speak about, Darwin Núñez, and looking at his particular stats, I believe now Liverpool haven't lost a game when Darwin has started since back last year when we lost to Real Madrid in the Champions League, and that's an amazing stat by itself. And then when we look at other performances, Virgil van Dijk, yes, the goal, you can talk about that in being no man's land, but I thought Virgil yesterday was superb. Connor Bradley, yet again, the way he is continuing to perform and the way he is, at the moment, exceeding, I think, expectations of what, he can bring to this Liverpool team. If he continues on the path he is going, there is probably a conversation for next season of, what do you do at right back? I think that obviously Trent is, unbelievable at what he does, but with a new manager coming in, maybe, again, Conor Bradley saves you 50, 60, 70 million pounds on that position. But again, we just looking at midfield, Wataru Endo deserves a shout. Alexis McAllister deserves a shout. Gravenberch as well. But was one of his best games in Liverpool shirt. And like I already said about, Darwin Núñez, Diogo Jota, again, the whole team could get praised for sure. And I think that, look, even the substitutions coming on made impact on the game as well, and that's what Liverpool have done this season so well, is having impactful subs actually make a difference this season by coming off the bench as well. So again, let me know your guys' thoughts anyway in the comments down below as well. But a controlled dominant statement win at a tough place to go. I only said 2-1 Liverpool. Negatives are the only injuries. Something's not right in training for me. Yeah, Chris, we will talk about the injuries in a moment. But evening, Jack, as well. If you're doing well, see if you. I think Jack's live at 10, so go over and check Jack out as well at 10. Núñez chip, yeah, it's a stunning chip. There we go. And to be fair, we're going to talk about him in a minute about Darwin because, I think he's Liverpool's most important player, I think, at the minute. But big up ends, Brods. Hopefully you're doing well, mate, as well. Salah back from injury, 1 goal, 1 assist. Yeah, best player in the league. I think that again, Salah's been missing for a month and still on top of the goal and assists chart, which again ridiculous. Everyone was decent, not really a bad performance, but for me, Endo or Maka is my man of the match. Yeah, I would agree. McAllister's playing in his natural position. Who knew? Yeah, but maybe Jurgen Klopp. But again, I still think McAllister is probably better than Endo in the six, maybe. I could be wrong for saying that. I think McAllister's sound in the six. But again, allowing him to play in his natural position is a good thing. Like let's not, let's not hide that fact as well. And just quickly going back on Darwin Núñez, as Chris has, put there in terms of the Núñez chip, unbelievable finish from Darwin Núñez, and with Darwin, you hope now that it is the start of a more consistent basis, because that was probably the most composed finish we've seen from Darwin Núñez in a Liverpool shirt. And again, people will call him a flop, this, that, and the other. I think it's 24 goal involvements now in 23 starts for Darwin Núñez. Unbelievable. And people will talk about, oh, he's a flop, or he misses big chances, this, that, and the other. He is one of the most informed players at the minute in the Premier League. He's so crucial to what Liverpool will do this season. He will be the hope and the pinpoint of Liverpool getting trophies. Yes, we can talk about Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and so on. Of course, they are huge and crucial players, but Darwin Núñez and the Liverpool attack don't look the same without Darwin Núñez. And for me, he is so important for this Liverpool team. And let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. But yesterday was just a pinpoint of what he could and what he can do apart from the ball. Again, the pressing, outstanding. Again, his link-up play at the minute with him and Diogo Jota, outstanding. Darwin's goal, again, filthy, I think is the correct word. And every single week he's getting better. And even next season, I think we'll see another level up to what Darwin Núñez is currently doing. Again, this season, I think there's still room for Darwin to show his class. And look, obviously, he could score goals on a more consistent basis and take away the easy chances, because, again, we know Darwin will have about 9 chances in a game and score the hardest one possible. He did it last week against Burnley. But that is Darwin Núñez, and we all love him for that. And I do think, personally, he is, if you'd say who's the one guy that links everything, it's Darwin Núñez at the minute. And look, Mo Salah, he is the best Liverpool forward, if we want to take that into consideration. But just someone that is, if he's missing for a big period of time, I think Liverpool will notice, and that is Darwin Núñez. And for me, he's been outstanding for the biggest part of this season, I would say. And again, when people call him a flop, I just say, shut the fuck up, personally, anyway. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Maka is in the Gundogan role, scored. Yeah, absolutely, press. As well, Chris saying, I prefer Mac in this centre mid position because we can see the qualities of him offensively. Yeah, 100%. Chris saying, I mean, we looked all right without Núñez, to be fair, with Mo back. Yeah, but Darwin changes things. Like, again, that first half, Liverpool should have been 2 up. And we didn't take the chances, like 2 or 3 up. And Darwin, for me, Liverpool are 10 times better with Darwin Núñez in the team than without. And again, obviously with Mo coming back, obviously adds quality to it. Of course, you look at Liverpool's lineup already. Mo's over 20 odd goal contributions. Darwin's almost there. Actually, Darwin is over there. What am I on about? You got Cody Gakpo, I think, hit 10 goals in all competitions. I think Jota, I think he's on like 15, 16. And it's the fact that wherever you look in that Liverpool lineup, up front especially, there's quality and there's goals. And this season, apart from Arsenal, that Arsenal's the only game this season when I've felt like, yeah, we deserve to get battered, or we deserve to not take anything from that game. But every single game this season, I felt like Liverpool should have took it something away from it, apart from the Arsenal game. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. Diaz looked sharp again, even since he went off against Arsenal in December. He looked back to himself. Yeah, 100%. I don't get why Klopp stops Gakpo running in behind. He needs to stop that false nine with him. Makes him no sense. I think Gakpo is very much a weird one. We might do a video on it because, again, I don't think anyone can tell his best position now. For PSV, it was on that left hand side, coming inside, and then scoring, assisting, so on. So he would kind of be in that 10 position. And next season, if a certain person does come in to Liverpool, he may very well be the guy to be relied on next season in that particular role. But again, I think that for this season, I just think Cody Gakpo is the impact player, like we see with Harvey Elliott, him having an impact on subs bench. I feel like it's the same where Gakpo, I think, is better coming off the bench than starting games. I could be wrong with that, and I think I am probably wrong. But if you to say what's Liverpool's best lineup up front, he doesn't get in the team for me anyway. And as Press up there, for me, it's left wing. His running power is so good. Yeah, 100%. And I would like to see Cody Gakpo more on the left than the right, but than centre. Sorry, but again, we don't see that much. I think the only game we've seen of it this season is probably Burnley away. Where we saw Darwin in the middle and Cody coming off the left. Again, we haven't seen it that much anyway. But I want to quickly talk about the injuries then, chat. Of course, Curtis Jones went off. I think he left the stadium with a protective boot on. Not great news in that sense. Of course, obviously people speculating on social media. I think I've seen something like he could be out for 10 weeks. Which again is a massive blow for Liverpool, considering we have a League Cup final as well on Sunday. But of course, we got Luton before that. But it's also the sense of he's probably been Liverpool's best midfielder as of late, Curtis Jones, or most impactful midfielder. Obviously, Szoboszlai, Maka's in there as well. But Curtis Jones this season, I think, has been massively up there for sure. And it's really, I think, kicked on, like we talked about towards the back end of last season. He has kicked on a lot, and he's got this mature role in Liverpool's midfield. And if he is out for a long period of time, it's a massive, massive blow. Considering the fact, again, no Szoboszlai around. We're currently at the minute relying on McAllister, Endo, Gravenberch, and Harvey Elliott to practically stay fit for the season now, or for the short period of time anyway. And that's the frustrating thing as well, where again having to rely on individual players for such a big period of time. Again, it's never great, of course, and obviously Szoboszlai should be back in a week or two. But again, hopefully, we have some good news concerning Curtis Jones anyway. But on to Diogo Jota. Obviously, that was an even worse one, of course, taken off of the stretcher. We do have a bit of news with Diogo Jota. Again, not saying it's true, but I'll quickly get it out for you guys. Record Portugal, which again has a 50-50 track record. I'm not going to lie. But according to them, anyway, if you can see on screen right now, if I quickly make that big screen for you guys, as you can see, but there, Diogo Jota has avoided a serious knee injury. He'll be out for around 2 months, and his Euro 2024 place is not at risk, which again, for Diogo Jota is brilliant. But on a Liverpool side of things, if this is true, it's massive. Having Jota out for yet another 2 months, again, it's and we've seen since Mo has gone for AFCON how impactful Diogo Jota has been, and if he is out for 2 months, again, that's a real shame, because for me he's been unbelievable for Liverpool. Again, every single game lately he's been scoring goals or getting an assist. And so far this season, he's been nothing short of brilliant. And if he is going to be over 2 months, that would be a crying shame, because that then practically not rules him out for the entire season. Don't get me wrong, but when we look at Liverpool's season and look at Europa League, obviously the League Cup finals against Chelsea, and more importantly that City game, because again, when we speak about Liverpool's main 11 and who probably starts up front, Diogo Jota in my eyes is probably in that on the left hand side, and hopefully it is more speculation. Hopefully it is maybe a couple of weeks and not months, but again, it's very much the sense of, if it is months, then that it's going to be awful for our season. Even a couple of weeks is going to be bad. But again, hopefully it is good news for Diogo Jota. But again, the fact that the doctors didn't allow him to walk off the pitch, they demanded a stretcher to take him off. Again, that's not real good news, is it? Of course, I think the last time Jota was taken off on a stretcher was the Manchester City game last season, where he was out for, what was it, 6 months he was out for, which again, we hopefully it's not that for Diogo Jota. Anyway, but again, it's unconfirmed at the minute. We'll probably find out tomorrow from Paul Joyce or somebody in the morning. Watch it be like a 10 o'clock post of Paul Joyce going, yeah, Jota's out for about 2 months. That'll be devastating Monday morning. Anyway, but Nunes should be fine for cup final. He was premature. Yeah, this is the other thing I was going to mention. Supposedly, Darwin Nunes and Mo Salah also got knocks. Mo is apparently, according to some people, is fatigued and again isn't ready yet, which that's concerning. And why on earth are we risking Mo Salah? That's the other question I would have for the medical team. And Darwin Nunes, when we look at, realistically, we would have loved to have not have Luton midweek. That would have been a massive bonus. But again, because games get moved around, again, we've got Luton on Wednesday. I think City have got Brentford on Tuesday. So it's very much the sense of, again, who plays on Wednesday. It's we might end up playing Gakpo in the 9, Diaz on the left, and maybe even Harvey Elliott up front, if Mo and Darwin are all ready in time anyway. But that seems true in my eyes. His press, his clinicalness is gone again. Yeah, 100%. No, AJ, you got blood on your hands. And the medical team has to leave. So yeah, again, we can speak about the medical team in a different video, but again, it's not the greatest, is it? Anyway, but quickly going back onto Brentford and overall, of course, obviously Maka getting his goal, brilliant pass from Mo Salah. Again, brilliant little technique from Maka. It was a gun-to-gun finish for Manchester City, but again, brilliant finish from Maka. Obviously, Mo getting his goal as well, which was outstanding. Again, nice to see Mo back and on the score sheet. And Cody Gakpo as well. I think, yeah, I'm right in saying it's his 10th goal in all competitions for Liverpool this season, which again, massive boost for him as well. Obviously, getting, I think, criticised quite heavily a few weeks back in the Arsenal game, and it's nice to see Cody get a bit of leeway, I should say, in terms of scoring a goal. But what I would also say as well, and talking about the title race, of course, Liverpool put pressure on both Arsenal and City. Obviously, Arsenal came through. I think they beat Burnley 5-0. Manchester City dropping points to Chelsea at home, which means, of course, if they do beat Brentford with their game in hand, they don't go top of the league. Excuse me, bloody hell, they don't go top of the league anymore. Liverpool would stay top for now. So it is going to be that game at Anfield against Manchester City that I think will probably determine the Premier League title race. Of course, still a long way to go from that. But I think, is it the 16th of March? I think it is, chat. The City game is either the 10th or the 16th. But again, that is going to be so crucial towards this title race. And of course, Arsenal need to be taken serious in the conversation. Again, the way they've been performing lately, with beating Burnley 5-0. I think they won 6. Yeah, they beat West Ham. Absolutely battered them, and they've come through very tough games. It's all about now the next month. I think obviously with us, we've got League Cup final coming up. Luton on Wednesday as well is going to be huge, and then we've got other games coming up. Both Arsenal and City, I think, play each other in a month's time. Again, they've got Champions League coming up. We've of course got Europa League coming up. So it's going to be interesting the next couple of weeks and intense. It's going to be very much intense for the rest of the season. And it's, let me know your guys' thoughts on who, actually, to be fair, it'd be a good question for the chat. Who do you think is going to finish first to third right now in terms of the Premier League? If we're going to say right now, who's first, second, third? I think personally, the title race will go Liverpool win the league. Biased, I don't care. Liverpool to win the league, City to finish second, and then Arsenal to finish third. That's my prediction as of now. If the injuries continue, by the way, Liverpool finishing third in this title race, the way it's going. But as of right now, I would say Liverpool first, City second, and Arsenal third. I would go for. I think if Arsenal have one injury, like we saw last season when Saliba got injured for 2 games, how crucial that is. I think if Arsenal have another injury setback, they're going to crumble. Again, I do believe that. With City, I think they currently got injuries going on. I know they got Haaland, De Bruyne back, and so on. And for us, everyone's falling apart at the minute as well. But as Preston said, he's gone for Arsenal second instead of City from me. But it's going to be intense. It's going to be an intense couple of weeks, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Liverpool are on top with that as well. But again, just to go back on the Brentford situation, it was a brilliant performance because again, 12:30 away to Brentford. We've never won there. I think since Brentford have come up, I think we've gone there twice and lost. And I think we drew the first game 3-3, and then we lost last season. I think 3-0 was it, chat, or 3-1. And I think when we looked at it, probably at the start of the season, like, oh, that's going to be a tough game and so on. But again, Liverpool find a way, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it is again the start of a good week for Liverpool because again we've got Luton on Wednesday, and then we've got a League Cup final on Sunday. So again, the first piece of silverware, and hopefully Liverpool can get it done. Fingers crossed. Anyway, but I'm going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Anyway, big thank you to everyone for tuning in. Sorry the show wasn't yesterday. Again, trying to get better at doing that, but again, you guys know me. Tomorrow will be a news show if there is any news concerning injuries or anything else as well. Again, hopefully, we're going to try a few different things and different videos. We've got a few ideas in my head that I want to do that hopefully we'll bring to you guys as well. There is a video in the works now that should probably be out next week if I can get things sorted. So fingers crossed. Anyway, but yeah, hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of your weekend as well, of course, wherever you are around the world. Of course, it is Sunday night, and hopefully we'll find some out. Bloody, I'll talk on. Hopefully, we'll find out some news tomorrow as well with Jota and Curtis Jones. Hopefully, David Lynch or Paul Joyce puts a post out, and of course, let us guys know as well with the news. But until next time, guys, I will see you guys then. If it is any news, it'll be tomorrow 9 o'clock as normal. Anyway, but I've been Connor from the Club Council. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ta-ra.